Hello, hello. Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our tarot card reading for our beautiful LALA Baptise. I'm going to get into this reading in just a minute, but first I want you to go ahead and hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. And I want to thank the subscriber, Niall, who suggested this video or added it as a request anyway. Thank you so much. Anyone who wants to add a celebrity or request one, please go ahead and do so. Leave a comment or check out all the details in the social media box down below. I am going to get into this reading in just a minute, but we're going to go over her stuff really quickly here. And while we do that, remember to hit subscribe. Let's get into this. She's born in the United States in 1999. She's 22 years old. She's a Taurus sun sign, and then her moon sign is a Gemini, as well as Venus Scorpio. So let's see what else. All right. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram. She's a lifestyle influencer and selfie taking expert. And she's also known as LALA, the Island Gal. I'm like, what? Okay. I'm sure there's more to her. I believe she's an actress. Somebody said that she was an actress also. Yeah, she's an American Instagram star as well as a model too. And she was popular on YouTube for her blogs as well. So, all right. So we are going to get into her reading then. All right. I think it's just going to be like a general reading. Is kind of what I was thinking. Just kind of like see where she is currently. You don't have to get too crazy about it. All right. I'm going to get her general or her current energy with the oracle cards. And with this oracle reading, basically, I'm going to confirm it through tarot cards, and that will confirm vice versa. So we're just going to start into the current reading. I like to get a little bit of a gist of what's going on energy-wise, just a little bit of it with these oracles. It's a nice little blend when you bring them together. Okay. Feeling a little static. Less than patient about some sort of a conflict here. Feeling a little out of balance, that's for sure. So lacking a little stability, currently lacking a little bit of patience, especially during a conflict that she may be going through at the moment. And the stability isn't quite there, especially when it comes to some sort of a romance or some peace in the romance, at least. So the safety, the stillness, the stability within that relationship has currently got her a little out of whack, a little off balance. So we are going to confirm that with the tarot cards. We're going to find out about this celebrity, all about them. And then we're going to find out any challenges that are past, upcoming, present, and how they might feel about themselves versus how the world actually sees them in a likely outcome, obviously. Likely outcome and intention. Okay. Let's get into our reading. All right, we got our Eight of Swords. The moon is in reverse. Six of Cups, that's also in reverse. So all about the celebrity, something very much unseen here. So there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface. So she's dealing with a lot of things, especially when it comes to communication and that romance stuff. She kind of keeps looking back in the past for some reason, as far as her romantic connections or her emotional, her, these love connections, that whatever, which one it is, she literally just keeps kind of like keeping herself in the past and looking at the memories and kind of like fading, but she's getting stuck doing that, and that's keeping her static. So that's confirming the oracle and communication and some sort of romantic situation kind of off balance here. A lot of anxiety, especially when it comes to some sort of a communication, trying to get some clarity on something here. She's definitely trying to get some clarity. With this clarity, I feel like she has a lot of hope for something. So something for hope and something for that stagnancy. There's definitely something hidden, though, that's going on that is something that we are not seeing. Let's find out about the challenges within the past and the present. Excuse me. Get that off the screen. Okay, so in the past, some sort of decision, something that she was not being supported on, could have even been overly emotional, overly working. It just kind of depends, but there was a lack of direction there when dealing with the situation. She kind of had a vision of something else, but this is a completion, obviously. This is something that happened in the past. It definitely was an issue though, and it could have had something to do with financials, could have had something to do with just physically. She was like in a place where she could not come to a decision. She couldn't come to a decision at all when it comes to completing anything even. So it could have been having to do with her business also, or her finances. Five of Cups. This is going into our present here. So she is grieving some sort of a relationship. So there's some sort of conflict with a lot of loss. It's just there's a lot of grief coming from the situation. And so the challenge that is present is something that this is good for her though. As long as she, because this Devil reverse, as long as she's letting go of whatever this is, it releases her from being in the habit of it. So there was an obsession. This obsession could have either been for her or she could have been in the obsession. Either way, it was acting almost like an addiction. So she's really allowing herself to be released from that, but it is causing grief. It is causing, a little bit of hurt and pain, which is normal, especially when you're in this relationship and now you're not. So she's definitely overly emotional and a little bit repressed, probably, I would say. Almost like lack of expression, though, for it. So it's probably not something she's speaking on. Lack of expression for her. That could have been a Capricorn, Earth sign, or water sign that she was dealing with. Let's get into how does she feel about herself? Let's find that out. All right. So she's definitely thinking that she feels like she's lacking progress. She doesn't feel like she's going quick enough, which doesn't surprise me at her age. When you're 22, you definitely probably feel as though like even like 30 and younger, they all probably feel like they're going very slow because they're so used to everything being so high paced and everything is like super gratifying immediately. She's feeling like she's intuitive, but she doesn't feel like there's like that flow is not inside of her right now. It's not something that she's brought in and balanced at the moment. Again, she's feeling like the progression of her current life, her current energy in general is very much slowing down. She's in a place where she's really trying to learn how to like invent new things or invent as far as like her passions or the things she does for work or the things in spiritual. She's really trying to add new to that. So she's really trying to learn how to do all that right now. Anything that she's trying to be involved in at the moment. Let's find out how the world sees her. We see her in a relationship. We see her communicating in this relationship, and we see her with somebody who's not nice. We see in this relationship, we see her with lack of direction. I don't know what any of this means. I'm not a fan of hers. I don't know. I'm just reading the cards. We feel like she's very unpredictable and wild and almost dependent on this relationship as far as like kind of like a fuel or an addiction, if that makes sense. So it's less than expressive. It's less than strength. There's nothing going on there as far as we can see. We don't see a breakup. So this is very confusing. So there's no breakup for the fans. We don't see that. This is, again, something that you might not have expressed as far as she goes. She might not have told everybody. Who knows? I don't know, but that's just what that's being indicated. But her current challenge is some sort of an issue with loss and letting go of a relationship. Okay, but it is, as of this point, there's communication, very passionate communication, very strong and spiritual connection. But this person lacks charisma, lacks any kind of good meaning, and they're very sexual though, and as well as she might be with each other. Let's get into a likely outcome. Find our likely outcome for Lala. What is it the universe needs her or her fans to know as far as getting away with herself into her life? Okay. Learning loyalty is super important, especially when you're trying to get into a place where you're super inspired. The inspiration will come as long as she keeps releasing and let going of that emotion, because she really needs to learn how to be in a really nice, meaningful relationship. Something that's imaginative, creative, loving. It's just something that is connected in a really good way, and less, less delusional and overly emotional is kind of where she was at. But that letting go, that surrendering, that understanding that there's something new ahead is something that is very important for her upcoming. Okay. So, anything that is likely outcome here, as far as that goes, is going to bring in a lot of inspiration. And it's going to bring a lot of excitement in, but yet with this excitement comes anxiety. So there's always going to be this feeling of stress, obviously. But when she gets to this point, it's going to be a really stable, dependable place where she can be excited, because that will have something to do with financials or business. So she's definitely going to be in a place where she is going into that workspace. Okay. And lastly, she needs to understand that there needs to be a little structure. Especially when you're excited and you're about to, get into a business venture, make sure that there's, structure and dependable, and you are foreseeing the need for leading the ship. Hopefully she can manage and handle that. It's a lot, I'm sure. I can't even imagine at these ages to be something like that. Like, it's a heavy load to carry, I'm sure. All right. Please go ahead and hit subscribe. Thank you so much for your request, Niall. Again, if anybody else wants to request, please feel free, comment, or go ahead and leave a message on any of those social media platforms in the details below. Those are all Hangman Tarot. Again, my name is Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. Please go ahead and hit subscribe. When you do this, click the bell so you don't miss any of your future tarot card readings here. And share, like, and follow on all of your social media. If you like it and it resonates, I would very much appreciate it. Other than that, I hope that you all have a really amazing Monday. We'll see you later.